Welcome back, guys. This is the show about Somalian fraud, and make sure you like and subscribe. I'm sure we'll have more of it next time. On today's show, we discuss Tim Walz's response to the fraud in his state, Columbus, Ohio's possible connections to more Somalian fraud. I have a lot of friends on the ground in all these places, and shout out to them because apparently the news networks aren't capable of doing any of this. We have a video, how do you live in America and not speak English? I think about this all the time.
Bro, niggas can call me a dickhead for this, but how the can you live in America and not speak English?
So eloquently spoken.
I ordered a pizza, and I'll be honest, like, my door is really far from, like, the apartment entrance. So I don't like to walk down. I like to usually just let them come up. You know what I'm saying? I tip well, so I expect them to come up to my door. So I ordered this pizza. It takes already like 50 minutes to get there. It says she arrives, but it seemed like she was lost. So I called her on the phone. I said, hey, you're gonna go up to the elevator, do this and that. She said no English. Bro, what?
Said no English.
I just don't know how you can walk around and not speak a single lick of English, bro. And I get it, like, America doesn't really have like a set language, but still, bro, like, how are you not speaking English in an English-speaking country? If you go to literally any other country and you don't speak the native language and you live there, you're looked down upon. Maybe
they will tell you to go yourself. Yeah. So he makes an interesting point. He's wrong. The rest of the video is fine. We don't have a set language. Yeah, we do. It's English. I don't understand because I see liberals on TikTok talk about this all the time. Well, we don't have a standard set, language here. It's English. When we discovered it, it was English. Everyone that lives here is English. The language we teach in school is English. That's actually the only language that should ever be spoken in this country, ever. And I don't understand. By the way, this is why the kids can't read and everyone's becoming mentally retarded, because you can't grow up in a society where there's 15 different languages around you. I will never understand how you can live in America. You can do jobs where you have to read English. This is why, all the truck drivers are just blowing through and killing Americans. And not even pick it up. It's like you actually have to go out of your way to not pick up the language, which I don't understand. And I'm like, it should be the first thing you do. Dude, go to Paris with that attitude. I had to go work in Paris, and if you did not speak French, they would literally refuse to serve you and work with you. They would literally tell you to get the fuck out of their stores. And I'm like, kind of crazy how they went from that to being conquered by Muslims, but they had a really good run. Yeah, we do have a set language. It's English. It's the only thing that should be spoken here. I don't care where you are, even if you're in an authentic restaurant, speak English. When people speak to me, it's not English. I go, what the are you saying? Do you know what country you're in right now? Do we need to call ICE? Do we have to have difficult conversations? That is the set language, sweetheart. And these people, I'm like, if you don't speak English, you shouldn't have a job. You shouldn't have a job. We have a video going door to door to find more fraud. It's that easy.
That ring. So as you can see, no one here is answering. It's just past 10 a.m. right now. Hello, looking to get some information about childcare.
Seattle.
Okay, so as you can see, I just asked about childcare. Is this childcare for children? It's not? Yeah, I just want to make sure this is Tawakkul House. Yes. Okay, just wanted to make sure. What's the email address?
What?
This is Noreen Childcare here at 2918.
These are homes. They're not even businesses. That's creepy.
Okay, how come I can't receive childcare here? Okay.
They're so funny the way they go about this.
I saw this location on the Department of Children, Youth, and Families. I just saw you go in a moment ago, ma'am. Are you unfamiliar with this address right here, 2918, is listed? I don't know. The kid started to answer honestly, and his dad then became a bit panicked and rushed him inside. Hello?
I think it's sketchy that they're in homes.
I'm just looking for some information about childcare.
So it's he's going, first of all, I think it's any childcare or whatever, I don't think it should ever be allowed to be in a home or an apartment. It needs to be a commercial building because that's how you know if something's a business. I also find that to be very creepy and weird. Kids in dark houses. And also I'm like, well, where are the kids here, you guys? Where are the kids in the daycares? Because there's no sign of, first of all, there's not even signs of children. The only thing that you could see there might potentially be a kid is I think there's a stroller outside, but you don't hear kids. You don't see them outside playing. Is there somewhere for them to be outside? Are there parks, anything like that? But I'm like, what is with this thing where they're all opening the door like this? I'm like, first of all, if that's how you open a door, you're already fucking doing something wrong. No one who's not guilty opens the door like this. Like, it's absolutely insane. Closing the doors. Most of them don't speak English. They're refusing to answer questions. And I'm just like, this looks like the only way there's children there is if they're literally molesting them. That's the only way that they're in any of these houses, because nothing normal looks like it's going on in these. But I'm like, I don't see kids. I don't hear them. By the way, he's asking normal questions. He's like, is this the daycare? Okay, if it's a daycare, then how is that controversial? That's what I don't understand.
That's in fact what's going on. This Seattle Housing Authority location is listed as having, within a 3 square block area, as having 20 facilities operating childcare at them.
Okay.
And so far, only one of them appears to be legit.
Okay. You have a gun on you?
No, I have a Somalian behind me, though.
Well, the issue is that now they're saying that you lifted your shirt in a way to demonstrate that
Oh, they're lying.
there's no intention.
No!
Okay,
Yeah, no,
well,
that's it.
don't lie to me. You were there. There was someone
What?
there, someone over here. Did you feel fear for your safety? Like what was going on?
No, I didn't feel fear. I didn't feel fear.
What a race traitor cop.
Guys, what are you doing? I was just trying to ask what was going on.
And so to that end, did you ever remove your shirt to reveal that you're
Is it illegal to move your shirt in America?
You can tell that the community is upset at large.
Oh,
So
the
if we just
community.
walk
There
away
shouldn't
from
even be
this,
one.
Then obviously that's going to have
God.
well-documented after effects. So,
Oh, the Muslims are upset? Sorry, is there not enough children for them to marry?
so
Not enough 9-year-olds in the daycare?
Do you see why I have child care centers? I'm going. There's licenses for these places. I'm going there to see if you guys have applications for service.
yeah.
Do you have a right?
Yeah.
Do I have a
It's a business?
Do I have a right?
See my journalism.
Is that what she said? Do we have a right in our country, when we know you're funneling money, to go up to your doors and ask these things? Yeah, we have all the rights here. That's the difference between our country and your third world shithole that you guys came from, is you don't have rights there. We have all the rights here. We can do pretty much whatever the fuck we want. And I'm like, oh wow, I'm shocked the Somalians are lying. Well, what's with the white cop? I don't like the white cop. I don't like his attitude. He's like, well, did you? Don't lie to me. Oh, yeah. The journalist is, you got to worry about him lying. Not all the daycares with no kids in them, right? Like, are you serious? But that's the thing. We've cucked all the cops in this country, so it's only the shitty ones left. That literally, like, that's what happens. That's what happens. When I was told on the street for wearing MAGA shoes that I should be to death by Peter Morgan. Yeah, Peter, the Hollywood producer, the cop said I should chill, and I started it. And I looked at him and I was like, oh, really, motherfucker? Who do you think pays for your job? All the rich, white, MAGA people here, you asshole. He literally said I started it by wearing shoes. And I was like, okay, faggot. Like, I'm done here. I hope this police station shuts down. I'm like, you know what? You want to defend them, and then you have a conversation with them, and you're just like, yeah, you're a fucking piece of shit. I actually kind of get why people don't want to take your side anymore. That guy's a piece of shit. I'm like, the brown people, even, they just look like they're shady. They look like they're wrong. And then she's getting all aggressive, so he should be grabbing her and be like, hey, bitch, I'm trying to take a statement right now. You need to back the fuck up and go inside your dark, shady house. We have more Somali fraud. Tim Walz is running through the Democrat script of blaming white people to shy away from answering honest as how the fraud has gotten so out of hand. This is a video of Tim Walz in 2022.
We're a state of immigrants that values that. We have more refugees per capita than any other state. That's not just morally a good thing. It's our economic and cultural future. This beautiful.
Oh, why is he so fat?
Out in Worthington when I'm there.
So round.
50 languages spoken.
So
in the
pale.
school, and you see every storefront filled with different types of foods, different types of businesses that are happening. Minnesota
Different types of shit food that they're eating.
The office of governor can set the tone on that. We're going to continue to need to diversify. We're going to have to put policies in place that make sure we're attracting teachers of color so that students of color have someone.
That's why the kids can't read, because you got, wait, hold on. Can we start this from the beginning, and we're going to need to go through this because there's a lot of really important points that this dipshit makes. Start it.
We're a state of immigrants that values that. We have more refugees per capita than any other state.
Horrible stat.
That's not just morally a good thing. It's our economic and cultural future.
Well, that's not good.
Beautiful diversity we see out in Worthington when I'm there. You see 50 languages spoken.
All right,
in the
so
school,
that's actually a problem. You see, first of all, you don't see, you hear. You hear 50 languages being spoken around you. That's why that you can't have a community. You actually can't have a community when no one's on the same page. When you have different races, different religions, different languages, it actually doesn't work. And we see that. We see that it doesn't work. That's the thing about America. It's like at the end of the day, black, brown, white, yellow, whatever, we all spoke the same language, so we were at least on the same page. That's why, first of all, everything he's bragging about is really admitting his fraud. He's like, we are making it mandatory to have these people. Why would you want those people? We're going to have a booming economy because of the fraud from these people. We're going to speak 50 languages. That's why the kids can't read, and that's why no one knows what the fuck is going on. When they answer the doors, they don't even speak English. Continue. Let's see what else.
And you see every storefront filled with different types of foods, different types of businesses that are happening. Minnesota needs to continue to do that. The office of governor can set the tone on that. We're going to continue to need to diversify. We're going to have to put policies in place that make sure we're attracting teachers of color. So
policies in place
that they understand
to get brown teachers.
Think like, see like in front of them, as well as other students. We are doing it in Minnesota.
You should be at this point, you should be hiring the Klan to teach the children because they would literally be better off. I'm not even joking. You should literally, if there's any left in America, you know, God bless them. I don't know where they are. They're probably in a nice little lovely community where everyone speaks the same language, which might be nice. You would literally, the kids would be better off if you genuinely hired Klan members. I actually just watched a really good Klan movie. Was it The Order? It won like Sundance. Oh my God. It's about like white supremacy in the Klan. Literally one of the best movies I've ever seen. And I was just like, rather have them running Minnesota, I'll tell you that. Not as much fraud. At least they gave back to the people. Tim Walz blames the Somali fraud on white men because everything is white men's problem.
Look, it's not law-abiding citizens. If that were the case, there's a lot of white men should be holding a lot of white men accountable for the crimes that they have committed.
For what? Going to work?
I think for the community to maybe educate their population, because I think what you're seeing here is there's secondary victims in this, that there's providers inside the community that are then victimizing the community themselves by signing them up, because when we're going to some of these people, they're like, I had no idea I was in this program. So I think it's asking
what the
us.
Is he even talking about?
Every crime, which of course the majority being committed by white men, asking us to do more about that. I think it's crime in general. And I think the biggest thing on
crime
this
is being done majority by white men.
This is 80 people or so that have been convicted in this, maybe some more in that, out of a broader ring. Medicaid fraud will stretch across all racial demographics, all
Does it though?
ethnic groups.
Seems to be the
so
Somalians.
I think it's really important for us to note each.
You know, I have a lot of white friends. None have been involved in childcare scandals. None have been involved in fraud. None are being arrested because they're pretending to be childcare centers, and none are funneling millions, even billions of dollars. None of them are opening their doors like this when I come to them. I like how no matter what, this is why I don't understand when people are like, I'm so surprised. There's like the popularity with Nick and all these people. I'm like, how can white men be shit on this level in our country and it's acceptable? Like, why are more normal people just being like how many white men are watching Fox News and they're like, how the fuck is the Somalian fraud my fault? Literally, how is it my fault? Why are we blamed for everything? Why did we create everything incredible on the planet and build it? And then why are we blamed for everything? Seriously, what other country are white people blamed for everything? And then also, yet everyone's dying to live around us, which I don't understand as well. But I'm like, what's with the younger generation of men? Why don't you guys see this? And you're like, what? Everything's my fault? You should fucking hate these people. You should vote as far right as possible. You can be proud to be white. Well, I think it's retarded to be proud of your skin color because it's like you just woke up like that, like you were born that way. Like you didn't fucking do anything to achieve it. So I think that's stupid. But you can be proud of your ancestors and your heritage and all those things. And it's perfectly acceptable. And I'm like, well, this is why, I mean, look, these people make us racist. It's Democrats make normal people far right, extremists and racist. I had green hair and almost a septum piercing, and I was liberal as until I was like told that I'm the reason why everything in this country sucks. And then I was like, we're not doing that anymore. Tim Walz calls fraud investigation white supremacy, because that's what they all say.
This is what happens when they target communities for their own benefit. This is what happens when they scapegoat. And this is what happens when they no longer hide the idea of white supremacy.
My God.
So it sounds to me, Nick, that Governor Tim Walz is saying that you and others that are out there trying to expose this, you're doing it because you're white supremacists. What is your response to
He's like the most normal kid.
Yeah, Tim wants votes. There are entire apartment complexes where white people have been pushed out of these apartment complexes because Somalians have taken over, and they're inside of these towns like Minneapolis where they can go get votes from these people. And if you have 100,000 people that will vote for you because you're going to enable and let this stuff happen, and because you're going to call a white person racist for calling out facts, this is what's going to happen to a state like Minnesota. Minnesotans, they say Minnesota nice, but they are very upset. And I fully understand why they're upset, because they don't have a governor who's actually working for them. He's actually working against them.
Nick, your video's been viewed 93 million.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, okay, so if you have an apartment complex filled with a bunch of normal people, maybe, middle class, poor white people, they'll change their vote based on how you're running your state. They change based on how you're running the country. But if you just import a bunch of third world retards and you just tell them no matter what, you're just going to give them more, like they're going to vote for you no matter what. They're going to be the first one because they don't work. So they're the first one at the polls. They're getting funded. So of course, that's why I'm like, the Democrat Party has kind of became the enemy of white people. Truly. They're like the most like anti-white. And I don't know how white people don't see this. We have Nick Shirley in the response to the bombshell report of the child daycare centers in Minnesota.
Right here, you have a list of all of the healthcare companies. Loads of them right here. We want healthcare. No, it's okay. Yes, we'd like to speak about getting healthcare here.
No.
Why can't I get healthcare here?
No, wait.
Warning, you are under
you're white.
Surveillance, no trespassing, security, armed.
All these buildings are empty.
Place I've ever been to get healthcare. Just
this doesn't look like Blue Shield.
Different places. Healthcare here, healthcare right here. Another healthcare company right here. There are 3 healthcare companies inside of this building right here in this room of 7C. Now we have another Helping Hands.
How many healthcare companies are there?
Company. Present Help right here.
There's 45 in one building.
Healthcare here inside this building because we have so many options. Who can we talk about getting the best healthcare?
I don't know.
All right.
I have a fucking hair in my throat.
Not get any healthcare here.
I blame the Somalians.
This is one of the stranger places I've ever been. Literally, healthcare every door you go to, yet nobody will give you a rate. How much money do you think's been funneled through this building?
Every year.
That's what's crazy. I'm like, there's 80 places to get healthcare, but none of them are working or there. They're not talking to him about healthcare. They're not. Look, I've had what? Blue Shield, Blue Cross, all that. You walk into the building, someone steps up. They're normally white. And so they go to help you. And you sit down, you go over your plan, you give them all the information. I'm like, I've done this. This is a very normal thing that normal people do. All of this is like, these people have like hijabs on and don't even speak English. And also, there's very few big companies nationwide. You know what I mean? I work with a healthcare company. You call them. Someone picks up, talk to them, you go over their plans. None of this is happening. This is why I'm like, I don't know. When they show these videos to CNN, they're like, you sure about that? I'm like, okay, CNN. So take your fucking reporters, go in there and go get healthcare. If it's a healthcare company, you should be able to walk out with a quote or healthcare. And if you can't, it's a fucking scam. That's how simple these things are, okay? I'm not a fucking genius, but it's not that hard to see when there's fraud, okay? These people, they don't even speak English. So how are you giving healthcare in America? We don't speak English. Has anyone gotten healthcare? I'll fucking call every single one of these places. I'll go there. I'll spend the money, okay? If you guys really want, because that's the difference between me and these journalists. You don't want to see me come through those fucking doors, okay? Nick Shirley's very nice. My friend David on the street, they're all very nice, very respectful, lovely people. I don't think at my funeral that's what people would say about me, okay? So I'm pushing the fucking doors, okay? I'm talking shit to the cops. If I go to these places, it's gonna be it's gonna be MMA, okay? Nick Shirley was told to leave and go to white places. Yeah.
Who do you work for? Nick Shirley.
I have a fucking hair in my throat.
Who are you working for today? Nick Shirley.
Get out of here, yes.
Would you like to give a statement, sir? And see, you guys say I can't film, but look at you guys filming. You can do that.
Assimilation.
Say, from the statement that's on the website, advanced mobility.
This kid have security yet? I hope so. I hope that's him.
Where's advanced mobility at? That's all we're asking.
He looks trained.
Advanced mobility?
It's not even like he has a camera crew. He's like on a small camera.
White business, why not just white business? Why?
So now it's a race thing.
I don't have to go anywhere. Did you grow up here? Did you grow up here?
Why do you care?
How come they're all harassing him, but notice none of them are working? They're not at the healthcare places.
White business. Are you a racist? White business. Are you a racist?
You are racist.
How?
Go back to the white place. Oh, I wish we could. Where? Like, literally, if they told me to go to the white place, I'd be like, please, God, is it lunchtime? Where is it? Where can I go? Where can I go that people look like me? I'm like, no, this is the white place, sweetheart. This is where we're supposed to be. But now you're here. And now, because you're here and you're shady, I have to be here. Do you notice how we get accused of being racist, but like you won't see Nick ever acting inappropriately? None of my friends. You'll never find it. But they're the first ones to throw racial slurs at us. We're CNN. Why aren't you reporting on them telling us to go to white places, go back to where we came from? How come it never goes both ways? We have a list of all the new the news networks that have not covered any of this, even though Elon Musk has tweeted about it a million times. So what do these have in common? New York Times, CNN, Washington Post, MSNBC, NPR. They're not shut down now? I thought they were shutting down. USA Today, Axios, ABC News, yeah, once again, this is the biggest story in the country. It's also gone overseas, okay? I'm sure the Somalians are even worried when they're seeing it because they're like, how are they going to send all the money back to us? So you guys have to realize, if they're not reporting on it, it's because they're in on it. Because one thing about the Democrat Party, they never go after their own. Look at the right wing. Jesus Christ. We're like fighting each other on the news networks. You know what? We are very different. We are very divided. But also, when people on the right do bad things, I think they're pieces of shit and I want them in prison. Because no one is supposed to be above the law. And, I'm, again, insider trading. If anyone does anything illegal on the right, I'm like, fuck them, I want them in jail. I don't care. We're going over the horrible things they were saying, even about the wars. But I'm like, Democrats, man, they just stick together at all costs. They won't even report on this. But why? Because it's their candidates involved. Is there a Republican that's involved in this? Truly. I haven't heard one, but you have Walz. Now I think you have the Secretary of State was involved. You have obviously Kamala. She's with Walz. You have the one white cuck who's always dancing with the Somalians. You have him. It's all Democrats involved. That's why they're not going to talk about it, okay? We have a video manager at the Learning Center. That Learning Center fires back, claiming Nick Shirley was dishonest, claiming he came outside of operational hours.
A lot of the journalism that's been going on the last couple of days has been really dishonest. I don't want to point fingers at anybody, but I do feel like what was done was someone came to our building outside of operating hours. When there's a specific sign on our door that says our days and our hours, he came outside of those hours and then claimed, hey, they're closed.
Learning Center.
Still making money. They're using taxpayer money to work. And it's like, you don't come outside of operational hours and then say they're using taxpayer money. That was completely false.
He was there daytime. It looked like it was noon. I don't know. He didn't show up at 4 a.m. Be like, something really shady's going on here. Also, he didn't go to one. He went to 30 of them, okay? He went to ones where there were people there, which are operating hours, and there was no kids there, and no one would open the doors. What about little Jimmy or Timmy or whatever the fake kid's name he was talking about. He was like, I want to put him in daycare. Do you have a business card? Do you have paperwork? All that. God, these people, I hate when people aren't good at lying. If you're good at lying, make it a art. Make it like Gavin Newsom. Make it your entire existence. Be really kind of good at it sometimes. But I'm like, come on, dipshit. You think we're falling for this? Come on. It's not going to happen. We have the same manager explains the misspelled sign that they had.
Which is kind of laughable as a sign. We mess up the sign, we pay somebody to do our sign.
Oh, they fixed the sign.
We're having him work on it.
Not yet.
Paid him.
Yeah, it literally says Leering Center, you guys.
End of this week, our sign will be fine. The third thing, which is the fraud claim.
What's the average Somalian IQ? 67?
Come to us. Clients come to us. Their parents come to us.
I think so, right?
They leave on time. They come on time. There's no fraud going on.
What's mentally retarded? It's right above that.
If a group of people does fraud,
oh man,
paint the brush with everyone in that group.
Dude, that's crazy to sit and do it. Like to be doing an interview in front of a quality Leering Center and be like, we've done nothing wrong here, and this white kid who can at least speak English and read is the one. It's definitely not us. And then we have him explaining the hours of operation. He's doing a good PR tour. Got to give it to him.
10 p.m. may not be your typical daycare hours, so can you explain why it is that
the
you operate during these hours?
The reason for that is we're after school hours. So most of our clients, not most of our clients, all of our clients is after school hours.
Clients?
Schools, earliest dismissal would be 2:15 to 2:30ish, and the latest dismissal would be up to like 4:30ish, 4:40ish. So that's when our kids come to us. We don't have anyone in the morning.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't even understand. This is the most simple journalism. I'd be like, what are your hours? 4:30 to 10 p.m.? See you at 4:30, boo-boo. Like, I would literally be like, 4:30 on the dot. I will be here with Jimmy, okay? That's why I'm like, I don't understand. These are the easiest things to debunk. But also, like, once again, they've been to many of them, so it's irrelevant. We have Quality Leering Center closed just over a week ago, apparently, you guys.
I will share that our team was notified that Quality Learning Center closed just over a week ago. And I believe the details that were given at that time were around space concerns. And that's what was.
Okay, so it's not even in business or operating. So they literally opened it for photo opportunities to try to debunk him. And meanwhile, they're like, oh, it's not even in operation. It literally closed a week ago. So a lot of evidence stacking up. We also have a video. The Somalian daycare was apparently broken into. What are the odds?
Yesterday morning, I was called by the owner because unfortunately someone came in to our daycare. We looked and saw what happened, and we saw that the suspect came in from the back.
Looks like Beavis and Butthead.
The back kitchen, and he also destroyed the wall to come in. As we walked around the daycare, we saw
these people are so dumb. They're hard to listen to.
Broken into as well. We saw that. Unfortunately,
who's believing this? You're telling me someone broke into a? Okay, he's so dumb he can't even speak. You're telling me someone just happened now. By the way, only now, not the past, like however many years they've been doing all the fraud. Someone broke into multiple Somali daycares, took their records, and destroyed them. Oh my God. How do you guys realize this is how stupid your government thinks you are? Most of you are very stupid. That is 100% fair because most people don't even know about this. They're not going to care. They're not going to do the research. They're going to vote Democrat. Those are those are just land dwellers at this point. But I'm like, that's how dumb they think we are. No, someone came in and they destroyed the records, you guys. That's what it was. Yeah, was it someone that looked like him? Was it you, sir? Oh my God. It's so unfair that we're held to such a fucking high standard in this country, and just the biggest piece of shit parasites in this country get away with everything. You're either a politician and you can kids and avoid taxes and do all the criminal shit. You could do insider trading and you're fine. Or if you're just a broke Somalian, you can do all those same things and you're also fine. But if you are a middle-class working white man in America, well, you're going to have some real obstacles in this world, okay? We have Abby Phillip on CNN in response to Shirley's report.
This is politics. But, honestly, you knock on the door of a daycare center and you're like, let me in, let me in. What do you expect people to do? You know, in some of those cases, there were children in there. What do you
Scott
want
Jennings
people
just
to
about
do
to
in that situation?
cook.
Open the door and say, come on in. When they know that the Somali community is under attack, is being threatened every single day. What is going on here?
Look, if there's fraud,
what is going on here?
As it relates to Medicaid, it should be rooted out, and whoever has perpetrated it should be prosecuted. No question.
Okay, so Democrats.
You know, in the homeless shelters I run, we have daycare centers. If someone just showed up at the door banging to say, I want to, bring a child there.
It's not like he's some creepy dude banging let me in, I want to see the kids. He's a young white journalist being like, I want to sign my kid up for daycare. Do you have a card? The way they switch the narrative is so disgusting. I mean, I can't even believe people. No one's watching CNN except for Scott Jennings, just to rebuke every single thing they say. But I'm like, the way they make him seem like this creepy monster, it is a skinny white kid. Literally. That's who it is. And I'm like, she's saying that she runs homeless. Well, look into her. Whatever she's doing with homeless and kids and daycare, look into her as well. Let's go see her diamond collection, whatever she has. Kind of like what Jasmine Crockett, every time she's on the news, new hair, new suit, big diamonds on. And I'm like, she's acting like a hood black girl. So how are you guys making all this money? Come on. And then we have a video that CNN is looking into it.
How do you know that you're right? How do you know that all the allegations that you're making are true?
How do I know that they're true? Well, we showed you guys what was happening, and then you guys can go ahead and make your own analysis.
We're coming so we can make our own analysis. Are you 100% sure you're true?
Yeah, I am 100% sure I'm true.
That was conservative YouTuber Nick Shirley. His viral video where he's going door to door at daycares in the Minnesota.
They made those sweatshirts so fast.
Saying that he's uncovering massive amounts of fraud at Somali-run daycares has exploded on social media. Elon Musk retweeted the video. J.D. Vance retweeted the video. CNN is looking into Shirley's claims.
Yeah, are you guys?
Fraud in Minnesota.
Let me guess, you're not going to find anything.
In fact, for many, many years, the Department of Justice has been prosecuting cases against dozens of defendants, many of whom are concentrated in the Somali American community here in the Minneapolis area. Some of these cases actually began under Biden's DOJ.
Okay.
Various list of different types of frauds. And so far, there have been at least 80 people indicted, at least 56 convictions. Attorney General Pam Bondi.
Do you work for Fox? What's happening here?
As did the FBI Director Kash Patel. Both of them say
Kash Patel's too busy making sure
all over this from
people know his girlfriend isn't from Israel.
Secured many indictments. Further, this has become a major political headache for Governor Tim Walz.
Oh, I am so sorry that this is a headache for Walz. I'm so sorry that he has to go through the gaslighting of these people is so crazy. By the way, do you notice? I love the attitude they had while talking to him. Are you sure? Are you 100%? Are you guys sure 100% about anything you've literally ever said? How about were you guys 100% that Biden was super mentally clear and was fit to run the country? Are you guys 100% that Kamala was in fact a great candidate? Are you 100% that opening the borders was really good? Are you guys claimed on video? I'll pull it up next week. I'll pull up the 50,000 Democrats saying that the COVID vaccine was 100% effective. You guys need to maybe pump the brakes a little on if we're sure. It's also on video. Why are we arguing about things on? It's not one video. It's 20,000. Now you have every right-wing kid on the street going and doing the same thing. I could be there. It's not that hard. They're doing better journalism than these people. And then also you admit this was happening under Biden. No shit. And Obama probably brought all these fuckers here because everything bad goes back to him. It's all Obama. How Somalis send their money directly back to Somalia while trying to make Minnesota the new Somalia. Great.
Within our community, we usually send money back home to the less fortunate.
So up there they have money place you can send back.
Right there.
The scale of this operation is quite large. In fact, data shows that 17.5% of Somalia's GDP consists of remittances. A remittance is a transfer of money, usually by a migrant worker, to their family or friends in their home country. 40,000 Minnesotans were born in Somalia, so many are still in close touch with their families back home. We continue to walk around the Carmel Mall when, as if
this is a mall in America.
Already, a cop came to escort us to building manager.
Gross. Nuke it.
CA News.
Nuke the whole thing.
So we were just pulled aside by security.
There.
Now we're okay though.
That's how you cut them off.
So one interesting thing is when a store is unoccupied, people people won't necessarily.
You got to be like Trump. Be like, I have nukes aimed at your family's home right now.
Really like a high trust community here, and we're the only 2 white guys in all 4 floors of this. It's very tight.
I moved from Sweden 5 years ago. What brought me? I came here because there was already Somali community established. So I say
this is why we're
so that I can.
You created a community, and now they come here.
For each other.
The white Americans
coffee shop looks like
friendly,
shit.
Are they not?
Only a white liberal hipster can make coffee, not brown people. Yeah, so basically what they're doing is they're coming here, they're stealing all of your money, and then they're sending it back to Somalia. So they're not even stimulating our economy, okay? At least blacks in America go to Louis Vuitton when they get checks and stimulate the economy, as we saw during COVID, because somehow everyone in my shithole apartment building that was black had new bags, new cars, new flat screen, Uber Eats, and I was like, at least these retards are stimulating the economy. At least it's not going back to Somalia. I mean, literally a step up, I guess. How Tim Walz has changed the Minnesota flag to look more like the Somalian flag. Oh, fuck. Old flag was kind of cool. Yeah, that's not good, guys. That kind of looks like it's a little Somalian country now. And good. I don't know. Does his daughter go hang out with all the Somalians, I wonder? She's too busy bitching on TikTok. I wanted to message her and been like, we're coming for you, Hope. We're coming for you. You better get off TikTok and stop gaslighting, because we're about to your whole family up, okay? I don't know how old she is. She's a dumbass. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree, as they say. Interviews in a town called Little Mogadishu. Disgusting.
That takes time. Somalis came here 30 years ago.
You think 30 years is not enough time to assimilate?
I do not agree with the assimilation. I came
shocker.
from Virginia previously.
Why from Virginia to Minnesota?
Well, we have more Somali, more power. We have more political power. We can have better chances here.
Have you heard about the statewide welfare fraud? Estimated $1 billion+.
I think that one's fair. Maybe that's not accurate. I don't think that's not the accurate description for the whole community.
78 people have been charged at this point. 77 of them are Somali. They set up these feeding centers all across
There's
the state.
one white guy in on it.
Getting payments out to these feeding centers, but kids aren't actually being fed.
How deep does this fraud rabbit hole go?
We're told it gets up potentially $8 billion here in the state. Really, that's picking the easy to get fruit. There's really no
so much money.
Autism centers around the state being fraudulently billed, made up autism cases. They don't actually
That's
have a diagnosis,
evil.
but they're being
That's actually evil.
Families with autistic children, with disabled children who aren't getting services because other families in the state are deciding to say, oh, I have an autistic child, and they get a kickback. There isn't a hatred of Somalians or anything like that here.
There is.
It's come to an end. The Somali community here in Minnesota
There is.
need to take some accountability and police themselves. This has to be tackled, and everybody needs to be part of that solution.
You know what's funny? I would do with this interview, I would ask them, be like, do you think Somalians are in on this? Do you think it's not bad to assimilate? I would ask all those same questions, but just see what their responses are when you ask about white people. Do you think white people would be guilty? Do you think white people should have said, and they would be like, well, yeah, fuck all of them. That's what I mean. They literally hate us. And also, it's just the normal people on camera admitting that they come here and gain power. Somali gangs ran a sex ring in 3 states. Wow, just a bunch of people coming here to make our country better. Well, so I was kind of right when I said that they're pedophiles. This is what I mean. If they're running sex rings, and I said that the houses that the kids are supposed to be in look a little shady, maybe this could be happening in there. So maybe my instincts are correct. They tend to be. They tend to be on this show. Dude, when I see women in on sex rings, I go, the men should be in jail getting penetrated for life. The women should be fucking literally hung for the town to see. Women participating in that is far more evil to me than men. It's it's really crazy. I actually think they deserve harsher punishment. How liberals are doubling down on defending the Somalians amidst their corruption. Wow, I'm telling you guys, if you go on Threads or Blue Sky, is that the pedophile app? It's the Democrat Twitter. They are literally defending all of this. And then we have a Washington state senator, which we saw, the first videos were in Seattle, has filed legislation to hide information about daycares, their operators, from the public. Yeah, because you know what? They're going to want to strip all that information from the public because they don't want us knowing where they're located, their phone numbers, and showing up and exposing it. You cannot trust a white woman with that haircut. That means you're a Democrat. That means you're evil. You know what? Fucking put her address. Are there address available to the public? If you're in Seattle, you should go show up to her house. Let her know how you feel about Somalian fraud. You're a public servant. You work for us. You serve us. We pay you. You're our slave, okay? We need to put these fucking people in check. It's so crazy to me. Like, that haircut just let out a black guy who's gonna stab you who was arrested 35 times. That's literally all that is. That's seriously what the fuck that is. Minnesota Secretary of State pictured with a Somali scammer. This is what I'm saying, guys. The rabbit hole goes deep. They're all in on it. This is why they literally tried to assassinate Donald Trump. Because they were like, if he wins and the Department of Doge and all these things, they're going to uncover this. This is why they wanted Kamala. This is why they had Tim Walz as the VP. Can you imagine if they won? None of this would be exposed. They would just kill everyone in their path, kind of like how they killed that Democrat woman who voted against all this fraud and giving, illegals healthcare, whatever bullshit it was. So that's what I mean. It runs real deep. They're all in on it. They're all in on it. And the Democrats that aren't in on it are just mad that they're not getting kickbacks and they wish they were in on it. That's how evil these people are. Liberal woman claims they aren't garbage. Oh, yeah, this is really funny.
Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. Hello.
Oh, she really showed us. Even their coffee just looks like shit. They have no shoes on. I was like, not really the gotcha moment you thought it was, sweetheart. I was like, you pretty much just proved all of us right. It was funny because I'm on my last strike on both TikTok accounts, so I can't respond to things anymore. But I was like, all the comments were just like, everything in this video looks like shit. Like, literally everyone was like, okay, the people look gross. They have no shoes on. It looks dirty. Coffee looks disgusting. The cup literally isn't washed. You can literally see the ring around the cup. It's not even washed. And I was just like, yeah, you did it. This same girl will go to India to vlog and just literally get gang. It's so crazy. These women, I'm just like, you're obsessed with dying. And next week, I watched 90 Day Fiancé. And next week, I need to cover, I understand why Democrat women are, especially unattractive ones, are so obsessed with immigration. Because you watch 90 Day Fiancé and they just love to get fucked by third world men. They want to find the most living in a hut, third world man to just their brains out, and I don't know what it is, but it's very crazy. So we will cover that on the next episode, you guys. But anyways, Asha Hassan is the first defendant charged with defrauding Minnesota's autism program. Evil shit, guys.
We got no comments today. Asha, anything you want to say? She and her attorneys here would not comment on the case, but I do want to break it
hijab
down
and mask
for you.
off.
Hassan owned a business here known as Smart Therapy LLC. She pleaded guilty in 2 schemes, not just the Autism Care or EIDBI program, but also she admitted her role in the massive Feeding Our Future child nutrition fraud, in total taking in some $14 million in Medicaid funds, another $450,000 supposedly earmarked to feed hungry children. Prosecutors point out she sent hundreds of thousands of dollars out of this country to Kenya to purchase real estate in her own name.
Oh, she's like the Somalian BLM. That's great. Yeah, literally. They stole our money, pretended to take care of autistic kids, if that's not evil enough. Scam Medicaid, Medicare. That's why all the Democrats are so obsessed with Medicaid and all that stuff. And then she went and bought real estate in Kenya. I don't understand. So go live in Kenya. I don't, okay, if it's so great there. But no, you know what the funny thing is? In Kenya, if you did this, they would cut your head off. That's why she has to do it here and then get real estate there. So I hope she spends life in prison. And I hope her real estate gets carpet bombed in Kenya. Hope Waltz, oh, there she is. Glad she's on the show. Claims the right has launched a bot campaign against her.
In the name of transparency, because I think that is what people appreciate about me and my content. And it's something that I'm.
Well, it's definitely not your looks or your brains.
And think is important regarding posting on the internet. I'll be honest in saying having the entire right-wing infrastructure launch a hate and bot campaign against you and your family really sucks.
Imagine getting shot.
I'm a private citizen. I pay my rent. I work multiple jobs. I do my thing as
Do
a
you think
private
she's getting her
citizen.
back blown out by a Somalian?
And, like, having an extreme amount, like overwhelming amount of like DMs and comments, and
I don't know how old she is. She looks 18 and 30 at the same time.
Propaganda and like
it's propaganda. None of it's true.
Agendas is hard because I don't have anything to do with anything.
It's your dad.
With this administration and at this point in time, harassing
24.
People
oh, then
okay.
her.
But like, I can tell you that if I didn't have
you're over 18, I don't give a
system I have.
It's all bets are off.
This is how people get hurt. Like it
oh my God. The gaslighting of these people. This is how people get hurt. People are not being nice to me online. This is, yeah, your faggot dad raised a piece of shit, ugly daughter. And you're probably living in the house that's built on the fraud and funded as well. And I'm like, I love watching them be like, it's so scary when people say mean things to me. Our president attempted assassination multiple times, shot Charlie Kirk. No, also, everyone forgets Rand Paul had his fucking office blown up and burned down. No, I'm like, we are literally targeted and killed. And by the way, when we're killed, the rest of the country fucking celebrates. How do you think that makes us feel? But I'm like, once again, you guys are always the victims. And by the way, people like your piece of shit father are the reason there's actual violence against us. So yeah, sorry, I don't fucking care. There's the reason there's violence against us, anyone on the right, white people getting stabbed as they fucking throw parades. So literally, eat shit. Eat shit and off. Hope, whatever her name is. Jacob Frey praising Somalia on stage in Minnesota. This cock. But this is America.
Somalia anulato! Somalia anulato! Somalia igia!
Yeah, some Somalians riding that dick hard. Or guy. He seems gay. He's gay, right? Yeah, he's also getting his shit blown out. Like, how much money are you making? How much money are you making to do this? Also, it looks disgusting. Can we import Japanese people here? Seriously, not Chinese. They get dirty and gross and they like spit and do weird shit. But can we get Japanese people here? Can we get like hot white Swedish girls here? Seriously, can we have anyone attractive enter America? Like, seriously, imagine walking down the street and that's what you see. Oh my God, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Like, that's not America. The mall they were in, I cannot believe that's America. It looks like where Osama bin Laden was hiding. Like, it's so sad that this is what it's become. How could you be proud of this? As a white dude, there's no way you're looking around unless you're making bank and being like, yeah, this is super cool. It's embarrassing. They probably don't even speak English. How do you even like interact with that? It's so crazy this is in America. It's going to be hard to get him out, I'll tell you that. Former Somali Prime Minister says Ilhan Omar's interests are not in America, they're in Somalia. Yeah, no shit, we know that.
قضية إلهام معها قضية إلهام معها قضية مينيسوتا معها قضية غير مريكان قضية إلهام وقضية صومالية.
I like how when we call them out on this, they call us racist. If I were to go online and be like, or on Fox News, her interests are not here, they're in Somalia, and she would go on CNN the next day and be like, so she's a white supremacist, and we'd be like, but we have the video, and she'd be like, she is the greatest threat to society, and it's just like at a certain point, it's like I just want a war, like I just want to say I want war in this country. I want to bear arms and go to war with these people. I want the purge should be real. You should give me 24 hours, and then the next day we're like, we just get rid. We just get rid of all the Somalians. We go bust down the daycares. We truly need a purge in this country. Journalists look towards Columbus, Ohio, as another possible widespread Somali fraud to be uncovered.
Come see Columbus, Ohio, fraud investigators. If you go to the government-assisted housing areas, you will find that most of the housing is Somalians. I would say about 80% of the government-assisted housing in Columbus is occupied by Somalians. And the parking lot is occupied with a whole bunch of brand new cars.
That's so frustrating.
And the women walking around have designer purses with EBT cards.
Oh,
and
God.
Apple iPhones stuck up in their hijabs. Yeah.
I saw this woman on TikTok. I was like, she's kind of cooking.
Businesses that are owned by the men. Because see, what happens is when you have a restaurant or when you have a little corner store and you have a couple of wives and you only have to claim one, then that means the other wives get EBT cards. And you can use those EBT cards to buy food for your store. Or
crazy.
Yeah. Or what you can do is you can get a home health aid company. And then you only hire Somalians to work the home health aid. And what you do is you just make sure their paperwork looks right. It don't have to be right, but you just make sure it looks right. And then you send them off for those home health aid jobs. Y'all don't want to talk about fraud.
How I literally was like, who's this random woman on TikTok who's like done better journalism than like CNN in the past 15 years? And she's just saying simply how it works. And I'm like, okay, so she just told us how it works. Like, that's kind of crazy. This random woman on TikTok who's like probably just chilling in her apartment. And I was like, she's doing good work, you guys. She deserves all the credit. If you see this, fantastic job. We have an image. The first 3 child daycares looked up in Columbus, Ohio, look a little sketchy. Well, it's sketchy as soon as you see Muhammad. Someone asked me to do okay, so childcare LLC, administrators. That's never good. Wait, how come also all the addresses are super close? I mean, you guys, this is, I'm telling you, this is the tip of the iceberg. But I'm also like that. What that woman said is so smart because I'm like, wait, they are Muslim. You can have multiple wives. That means like, yeah, you could be declaring one. The other 2, they're on EBT benefits. You're using all the EBT benefits. You're stocking up, all the shitty little ugly stores they have and fake grocery stores and all the knickknacks and all that. And then you go and sell that for a markup and then you're making money. And I'm like, oh my God, it like... They're retarded, but they're good. They are little pirates. We have a video investigating a child daycare center.
Ohio, and
in Columbus.
What might be going on in the second largest Somali community in the United States of America. So this place here is the first place we're gonna knock, and we're gonna see if anybody picks up or answers the door. Let's see.
I love it's like the most normal people doing this. It's just so funny looking. See, I don't fit in as well.
So, it's locked. We're ringing the doorbell here.
This looks very, like, not good.
So we're not sure what the hell's going on here. But
yeah.
We're gonna get out of here. Now there's somebody over there. How you doing, sir? I'm sure you see the reports over the weekend about all the daycare centers in Minnesota. We just wanted to see what...
Wearing an Amiri sweatshirt.
About this place here?
It's a daycare center owned by Somalians and stuff like that.
Do you ever see any kids there?
No, because they use the back door, so I won't know if they is.
They use the back door?
Yeah, I've never seen nobody come in here, but they use the back door.
But have you ever seen any kid? You live around here?
Yeah, on this building right here.
Oh, you're in this building?
Yeah.
You're in this building too? Hey, let me ask you, have you ever seen any kids in this place here?
No, not that I know of. They use the back, so I've never seen nobody.
Why would they use the back door too?
You've never seen anybody over there?
No, not at all.
I just seen it, the building itself. I've never seen nobody come out the building or go in the building.
So we came to the back, just like those guys suggested.
Something so funny about this, I don't know.
There's nothing here.
I like this. It's going to be the blacks against the Somalians. And this is going to be, that's good. That's a good war that I'm very excited to see how that plays out. Because, they're like, fuck them. They're coming in here, taking the real estate line, getting all the government money, moving into the government housing. They're getting all the benefits that they want. So now it's personal. That's why they're probably like, you know what? Let me step outside real quick and let me show you that no one's been here. Actually, they were willing to cooperate. We have a state representative from Columbus speaking Somali.
aad iyo aad baan rabaa marka ugu horeysa inaan ugu mahadceliyo runtii TV-ga qaranka iyo maamulkiisaba waa laba waxoo taariikha runtii oo aan ka sameynay gobolkeena Ohio especially khaasan magaalada Columbus marka ugu horeysa waxa way Sayid Maxamed Cabdulla Xasan.
Moving forward, if I hear anyone not speaking English, no matter where I am, I'm going to scream in their face. Like I'm actually going to have like a mental breakdown, just scream speak English.
maskaxdayda ku jirto runtii haddii aan mar wado mise wax lagu maamuusiyo qof bini'aadan oo Soomaaliya.
Of course, everything is about creating an empire here for Somalians. Nothing is about Americans. It's just about creating things for them. Creating more shitty buildings for them to traffic children in and take our money and then go buy real estate in Kenya. I mean, they're worse than the BLM people, which is they're pretty bottom barrel, so that's really bad. Replacement migration is a 177-page UN report, you guys. I am slowly... Look, I've been interested in this for a long time. I've read some cliff notes, we'll say, but I'm finally diving into this because if you don't think white replacement theory is not real, well, lucky for you. There's a 177-page UN report on it, okay? They tell you exactly how they're going to come in here. They're going to replace you with third world people. And we are going to be a minority in our own country. You watch them kill and target Christians all around the world. And that's happening. And I don't know, where are we going to go? Where else in the world is for us? I feel like everyone has all their places. Where's ours? Where's ours going to be? Where are we going to have a predominantly white Christian nation? I don't know. Not for long. If you guys don't get these people the fuck out of the country. We have a video of the governor of Massachusetts committed tax fraud by charging the taxpayer for empty rooms in a migrant hotel. All those hotels are fucking scams, by the way.
That's odd. This is a nice facility.
Private property, you're trespassing. You have to leave or you're arrested.
Can I know who it belongs to?
Yeah, let's go.
You're gonna call 911 already?
My name is John Featherston. I'm a former migrant shelter director in Massachusetts. It was the biggest mistake of my life. The biggest mistake of my life.
You believe Maura Healey should be prosecuted?
I believe Maura Healey should go to jail for the rest of her life for the crimes that she's committed. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The governor's first priority is to protect the people. Once they came to Massachusetts, because she invited them, she was responsible for them. She's covered up rapes, she's covered up crimes, she's covered up sex trafficking, she's covered up drug dealing. That we're not even talking about the financial piece. At its capacity, I will tell you there were 550 people there. 150 rooms, 4 people to a room. Back a year ago, I would have 10 empty rooms, but the state would still get billed $180 a night for those 10 empty rooms. They would still get billed for the meals in those rooms too. So there is a tremendous amount of waste and or fraud. But this is government subsidized housing. There's no other way to describe it. Your taxpayers, the taxpayers are paying for everything that goes inside
Jesus.
4 walls. So it's not private property. The fact that they're this...
Yeah, it's our money, so we can go there and ask whatever we want and demand, because it's our money. Imagine, dude, the nerve of these people being so corrupt, and we're like, hey, what's going on here? We're going to film. They're like, no, we're calling the cops on you. And it's like, we literally funded this. We funded all of this, and we're being treated like shit. Dude, what other country lets third world people and middle-aged men, usually, and gives them hotel rooms? Most countries shoot you. How upside down is that? Also, this whole thing of they're fleeing a bad place. Yeah, that's why we don't want them here. They're fleeing a bad place that's not like our place, and we don't want to make it like that place. And you know what? Sorry, people on the right do this to make the country better. Why don't you fucking stay there and try to make your shitty country better? Why do you get to come here and live off of our money? How is that fair? I mean, how many times in my life I couldn't go somewhere because I couldn't afford a shitty hotel? Well, thank God my tax dollars are paying for a migrant to be in a shitty hotel. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense for normal Americans. It's so beyond. I don't want to live around third world people. That's okay. Look at the UK. It's disgusting. It's the same way here now in all these government, cities ran by Democrats. It's bad. We have a video of a nurse brags that she listens to a Mamdani parody song while working with a Republican surgeon.
The name is Mamdani. M-A-
This is literally one of my biggest fears, and I talk about it all the time. This is what I'm saying. Okay, so many nurses are just literally just busted, ran through whores that have white Jeeps and pit bulls, and that was the last thing after they let a lot of guys them and they couldn't, they didn't end up marrying rich because those guys didn't want him. There's also a lot of really amazing people that become nurses, okay? I'm just saying, I'm nervous as we'll say well-known Republican that when I go places, including coffee and food and all of this stuff, I'm like, what happens when I'm around nurses or a surgeon and my life is in their hands and they hate Republicans and think people like me should die? That makes me a little nervous, okay? The same way I said everyone who was bragging about Charlie Kirk dying and how fun it was and celebrating, those people needed to lose their jobs because I'm like, you're a danger to people around you because that means you're mentally ill and you like harm on innocent people. That's why I have a problem. I'm not going to act like I'm some great person that feels bad if bad things were to happen to some Democrat. I go, it sucks. I mean, I always said I thought Joe Biden was elder abuse. I don't want anything bad to happen to him. I just don't want him to run the fucking country. But I'm just this makes me very nervous considering as a nurse, there's very easy ways to fuck up and people die. Happens all the time. My girlfriend says that she sees the retarded Jamaican black nurses. She literally watches them drop needles on the floor and go to put them in someone and she has to stop them. That is, you can get sepsis, you can die from that. And they're like, whatever. They're satin bonnets on there. They're like, whatever. And I'm like, I don't think people realize how really scary this is. If you should be a nurse because you're a good person and you want to help people, hopefully. But if you're biased towards Republican, it makes me very, very nervous. And trust me, when I have to go to regular doctors and not functional doctors, we go at it all the time. I mean, the second they ask me about the COVID vaccines, I'm like, let's actually talk about it. Oh, the flu shot. You're recommending it. Well, how much time do you have in this appointment? Because I got a lot of questions for you and I got a lot of shit to back it up. I go, what about the Amish community and the autism rates? I go, no. And I go, how much you get? Okay, vaccinate me today. How much you getting as a kickback? Be honest with me. Don't fuck with me. I know these kickbacks. I was like, I can pull it off the fucking website if you really want to go there. I go, why do you want to give me autism and give me autoimmune disorders? Why do you want to do? Is it worth it? Is it worth the $15,000 extra this year you might make? You demon. No, it's unbelievable. Trust me. You can literally go in with ChatGPT and they get so offended. I go, well, I trust this more than I literally trust you. So sorry. Anyways, guys, we'll be back soon. Make sure you subscribe, share. Same stuff I say every single week. So do all that. Enjoy.